What's up, YouTube? What's going on? We are today Friday, March, if not 5th, then 6th, 2020. And we are in the afternoon. We are about probably 2 p.m. by now. And initially last night I went to the barbershop in the salon, and I did say that today I was going to film a video for you, and it was going to be like not necessarily like something written down. I know I've been a little lazy at starting back to really focus on the videos and film for you guys. Like I said to you, I just been really wanting to take things very easy into my life. So that's why you guys haven't seen me like in full force back in these type of videos, but it's gonna be coming, you know. It'll be coming, I promise you guys this. So if I feel good, it's a good day, I'm relaxed, I'm a little tired, and I am tired because I've been speaking since 4 o'clock in the morning. I have created a group for 2 of my other girlfriends. I'm the type of a person, like, I don't have any friends or many friends. I really have like a very tight circle. So at this point of my life, I speak regularly to a very great friend of mine, and we actually work together. And I recently started, like in December, speaking to someone, and I love her so much. You guys know her too, but you know, you guys will see us together very soon in terms of like work that we have to do. I think there's someone, that's why I don't want to sit here. That's the other thing, YouTube, I really think people are spying on me. I'm not going crazy. Like, I have to talk to you and give you the story time. I think someone is monitoring the videos that I make. And I also feel like the guy who takes care of this other house, like the house next door, I really feel like he lets someone in, like you know, because they can go upstairs and maybe like listen to what I'm saying. Oh well. So I was telling you that I was tired. Yes, so I am tired from the fact that I have been talking non-stop with these 2 ladies, because I created a group. Because the thing was, like, I speak to them on a regular, both ladies, but they didn't know of each other, right? Okay, parenthesis, we have a new dog, a new puppy. I'll insert pictures. And she's only 3 months. She's a Biashi Alma, and she's really big for the 3 months. But that's the other dog that is barking. She's been really kind of like jealous of the attention that we've been giving to the little dog. What am I drinking in? A little white wine. I was not going to drink. I didn't feel like drinking. I actually really wanted some water, but I had this wine in the freezer chilling, and I went to pull it out. It was so nice and chill. I said, okay, let me just have a little bit of it, but I'm really not in the mood to drink. I just want some cold water. So that's gonna be it for today. So yeah, so I was telling you guys that I was really tired, right? I'm tired because I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. And I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning because I was talking to these girls. And listen, these girls are myself times 2. So imagine all the topics that I bring to you in terms of like Haiti, in terms of like all the topics that you guys see on this channel, right? Double these opinions, right? Triple these opinions basically. So it's really fun to be around them because they each have like their very own opinion. And then they're both 2nd generation Haitians, so it's like our idea, our views differ. I feel like, well, I'm not gonna say that Melissa, that's one of the ladies, she's pretty Haitian, but I feel like out of everyone, like, we jump in terms of, see, they're just right now, like, we have a thread. Like last night I spent 1 hour because I was unable to be in the group, and they were both chatting together. So I had to go back to the thread, YouTube, and it was kind of like listening to these girls for 1 hour. So they can talk, okay? So I just said to them earlier today, I was like, we should do like a show, a talk show or something, or just like one of the other ladies also has a YouTube channel. So I said, or just kind of like invite Melissa into the group. That would be like, you guys would enjoy that. let me just get myself together. Maybe we will do that, because hopefully we get to catch up like this summer, and we get to kind of like plan things and just work together and put these things out, because I feel like we talk a lot about like important topics, and we're not afraid to give our honest opinion. That's really what I love with us, is like our opinions differ from me always. That's them again. So our opinions differ from them, from us talking about Haiti, right? And from me YouTube, from me always feeling like I can change Haiti, to them looking at me sideways like, are you serious? To me feeling like, what the fuck are you girls doing like in the United States? Like, it's better for you guys to be in Haiti, and them looking at me like, okay. So we're not afraid, respectfully, to give our honest opinion. And if you're not like someone who, like, when we talk to each other, the way we come off with each other, it could look or be perceived that we're being maybe disrespectful, but not disrespectful, but you could see the passion, you know, when we're talking to each other. Like, especially one of the ladies, she always says to me like, you need to make videos in Creole, because you don't understand how you sound when you talk Creole. You're so passionate, like when you talk Creole, when that Creole comes off, because they're both like Americans. I don't consider myself an American. Well, you know, I grew up in Haiti, so I always feel like we have a saying in French that goes like, "Donnez-moi les sept pommiers." I'm sorry if I'm fidgeting. I'm actually very uncomfortable, and I'm uncomfortable because this is in my hair right now. You see, it's bothering me, and I got this going on. So I was gonna sit over there, but it's too tight. The flowers are too tight, and over in the front, I don't want the neighbor to monitor me. So anyways, guys, so let me tell you. So me and this girls, right? So here we are. And we are very opinionated, right? And we talk about various issues related to blacks, related to Haiti, related to immigration, related to white people, related to anything. And I love to have this group. It's very like, when I speak to these ladies, I feel like I need a dosage of like sleep, because I learn a lot from them. I learn a lot from them in the sense that they bring a lot in the matter of like black topics, because you know, the fact that I'm here in Haiti, like I watch the Breakfast Club, which brings a little bit of topic, but you know, I don't really like, when you live in the Caribbean, racism is not really prevalent. Prejudice is, social classes, you know, we have other issues in the Caribbean, like, and we don't have like, well, I'll speak for Haiti. You know, Haiti doesn't really have like racism. It's really not that vibe. So a lot of time when these ladies are talking about the racism in America, I tend to learn a lot more, because I've been away from the United States for a year, and I'm not looking really forward to go back to that whole tension and that whole race bait thing. So anyways, so that's why I'm a little bit tired, because you guys know that my videos are pretty lengthy and I usually talk a lot. So I was like, I was still talking to them while I was getting myself together, and I was so tired. I was like, damn, I've been talking like since, because the thing with it is like, yeah, the 2 days ago I wasn't able to catch up, so I had to like sit there and listen to everything that they were talking about and reply individually. And this morning I was up at 4:30, so I was like watching some stuff, and I ended up sharing it in the group. And me and Melissa, we live like, our time zone is about the same. Olina, her time zone is not really the same, because she lives in the West Coast. So, but she's always present. That's one thing I love with her, is like, even if she's not like in our time zone, she is always present in the thread. So I've been sending messages in the group since 4 o'clock. So pretty much like around 10 o'clock they were both up, and the three of us have been at it since 10 o'clock in the morning. And when I tell you we talk, legit, we talk. Okay, so guys, I really was waiting for the fact that I was like, like, you gotta film, like make a video for the people on YouTube. I was not gonna film because I really just wanted to like lay in bed, but I was like, no, don't be lazy, and then get some work done. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, initially I really wanted to talk to you guys about things that I feel like you should not be doing in Haiti, which I'm probably going to do so, because, but then I was like, I've been talking about like the thing we did. Okay, I'll bring it to my ladies, like the ladies that I talk to. We can talk about everything, but I find that with Olina, you guys know her, right? I find that with Olina goes and talks a lot about serious topics. Like, Olina does not give me any room to talk about like any type of old shit, you know. So I don't always I'm not gonna say that I don't always like to talk, but speaking to Olina since the morning, like, you understand that I've been talking all from politics to social issues to everything. That's Olina. Like, she'll like do a lot of things that are like direct. Melissa and I, we can switch up the vibe, and Melissa brings a nice balance, because even when she speaks to Olina, I feel like Melissa is more of an artist, a creative person. Like, she's also very opinionated, but Melissa, she's not always going to talk politics, so she can balance us off. I feel like if Olina and I would start to talk, then it's kind of like we'll continue in that matter, like whether it is politics, social issues, like heavy topics. Talking heavy topics, it makes your mind all like, so initially I really wanted to do a video because the kidnapping has a little bit reason in Haiti. And if you guys, I'm hoping that I'm going to post the vlog video that I did at the salon for you. Then you guys know that someone was trying to take my pictures. And this morning when I told you guys what I did at the salon. The barbershop. I didn't really overreact, but that was really, really odd for me that someone would have the nerve to do something like that. This is not something that I've experienced at all in Haiti, and I just was like, that's so weird. So I told the girls what happened, and the girls actually had a very different reaction than I did. Mind you, out of all three, I'm going to say that I would consider myself a lot more like reactive, but they were actually really angry and upset. Olina even told me, they both said that I should have grabbed the phone. Melissa said, I thought you was going to tell me that you punched the motherfucker. Olina said, you should have like grabbed the phone, threw the phone. Like, they both, but then Olina said something else. She was like, you don't know the guy, like in this very, in this climate that's so insecure, I would have not taken this so lightly, because the way that you appear and the way that you come off with some to people, who knows, like, and the guy appeared to be from the Middle East. I hate to say that, I probably will cut this, but let's just say that the guy appeared to be from a very different culture than being Haitian, right? So the girls, like Olina was saying to me, she was like, you don't know if he wasn't gonna take your picture to you don't know why. It's very odd that someone would want to take your picture without your permission and slide, so when they said that to me, I was like, damn, then I really have to talk about the whole, excuse me, I said to myself, when they said that to me, I said, then I really need to talk about the whole kidnapping situation in Haiti. I have 2 videos already regarding kidnapping, and I think they're pretty explicit and just pretty direct. But I wanted to talk about the whole kidnapping from just a very local perspective. I think like the videos that I have on the channel about the kidnapping, they really kind of talk a lot more related like to businessmen. That's what I had it for. I think I was speaking to you guys regarding 14 minutes in, I was talking to you guys regarding kind of like, how if you are in business, but then it's kind of like everyone is being pretty much a target these days. So that's really what I really wanted to bring to the channel, in terms of just a few things that I find that you guys may want to know when it comes to Haiti. So I don't have any notes, so please bear with me. Everything is gonna come up from the top of my mind, okay? So the first thing that I want you to know with this whole climate that's going on right now, the insecurity, people are very kind of like afraid. As I said to you before, like I was at the salon, I overheard 2 of the other nail techs talking about incidents. I find that some of these incidents, to me, I find that some of these incidents could be far-fetched. Maybe like people, we have this thing called rajajal. It's kind of like people would say things and run with it, and then you hear it from people, but then you kind of like, you're trying to figure out the source, if it's true or if it's not true. But this is what you need to understand in a country like Haiti. Like I said to you before, crimes in Haiti do not happen like this, like that. Haiti is not a country where people can just like come here and try to gun you down. Every type of crime in Haiti, there's some type of organizations that's there. Let's take for an instance, and I knock on wood, and I know these things will never happen to me, but there's something that Melissa was saying to me. She said to me, well, you know, you go to you have a new barber now, and you really have to be careful with that, because the way that you come off and you appear, it could just be that even the owner of the shop could bribe other people, like anybody. It's kind of like, because you appear to be have money and things like that, people can easily kind of like say, okay, there's this woman, she's coming here, you know, and kind of like organize something like that. Like, so it really can come off like, I feel like when it comes to Haiti, you have to use your discernment. That's the first thing. You really have to use your discernment. By discernment is like, you just have to be very observant. For example, when I was at this barber shop, like just something, my intuition told me to look up, and I looked up and I saw this guy who was trying to like take my picture. Now, yeah, I could have been like very confrontational with him, but the thing with it is, as soon as he figured out that I was looking at him, he had his entire head down, so that made it very difficult for me to approach him and be like, what are you doing? The second thing that I find that you have to be careful with Haiti is, for example, just your acquaintances, your friends, you know, the people that you associate with. Like I always say to you on this channel, people do not live the same lifestyle. I know the type of lifestyle that I live in Haiti. I live a pretty sane, pretty boring these days lifestyle. I have a very, very low profile. I've stayed in my house weeks at times, because thank goodness I'm able to, like, you know, get everything that I need at my house, so I don't even have to step out if I don't want to, which is pretty kind of like, whoa, like how could someone's, like, other people may feel like, hey, you know, I would feel so bored. But the thing with it is, like, Haiti has been in a very like unstable state since last year. I've explored Haiti, not to the in-depth, but there's a lot of things that I've done in Haiti before, and the streets in Port-au-Prince is so horrible that if you really don't have anywhere to go, like, it's pointless to be outside on these streets, because they're not pretty, period, right? I don't have any friends, and I don't really drive in Port-au-Prince. And where would I go? Up to the mountains, maybe outside of Port-au-Prince. Nothing in Port-au-Prince really interests me at this point, so I don't really care much to be going to no bars. Like, none of these activities interested me. Guys, I really love my nails and my toes. They're like so cute. I showed you, but my toes are so cute. I'll show you. So anyway, so yeah, so I was telling you about that. Now let me tell you something. You gotta be discreet with this whole kidnapping thing, right? I find that, for example, I don't trust people like that. I do have relatives, guys. I'm a Haitian woman, so I have a lot of cousins, and I still have a lot of cousins here. But not to say anything about my family members, or I don't know their life. I know my life. My sister, my older sister, went in it for the fact that she was still very, very close to us, in terms of like, we see her on a regular, we see her children on a regular, we see her husband. Like, he's not too much on a regular, but pretty much. I don't even go to my sister's house. These are all the like the ladies, Olina. These are like the principles that I do for myself, because you cannot trust people, sadly. You just cannot. The other thing is to mind the words that are coming out of your mouth when you are in groups, when you are talking to other people. Don't bribe. Anyways, I've always said, and I even think that I've said that in the last videos that I made regarding the kidnapping, is like, why would you bribe? I always feel like people who bribe are people who actually don't have anything, because if you know that you're secure, you know God has blessed you with a lot of wealth, you don't brag. You know, you just understand that these are what you have accumulated, or what your family have accumulated, what you have contributed to, and you just leave it every day. You're just very thankful. That's the other thing. It's kind of like avoid being in groups, especially for, well, I'm not gonna say especially for men, because women do it too. It's kind of like, you know, when I go to the salon, you guys know already that I'm always by myself. A lot of time, maybe the channel could be a little boring because it's always me, but I am a loner. I don't have any friends, okay? That's just the way I am, and it's gonna be like that. So pretty much, I don't like to be in groups, you know. I don't like to diverge, like what I'm, you know, like kind of like what's going on with my life. Like a lot of times when you go out with people, people will have the tendency to question you. They will have, especially Haitian people, they're so noisy. Oh my God. It's kind of like they'll ask you questions that will make you feel so uncomfortable. And that's probably one of the reasons why I find that you have to kind of like, you know, be discreet about. People are very, 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 very envious, guy, you know. Like I always say to myself, like I think I say this to you guys, and I'm sorry if I'm doing this, guys. I'm actually wearing the dewy foundation, and you guys know I don't always like the dewy look. I'm sorry. So, you know, even doing YouTube, like a lot of you guys enjoy the YouTube videos, a lot of you guys, but you know, you don't know how the YouTube videos are going to make other people come off. Like, oh, look at her, she's living a good life, she's at home. Even if I'm at home most of the time, they'll be like, yeah, but she gets to be at home. Like, you don't know how you being a certain way is going to make other people feel. Let me tell you what happened. Even with the lady who lives the, okay, so hold on, let me just not go jump, let me not have my mind shut. So that's the third or the fifth thing, I don't know, the last thing that I talked about when I said be mindful of what you're saying around other people. Be mindful, if you are in Haiti, of the money that you're either I'm so sorry, the money that you're either taking in the bank or at the Western Union. However you get your money, if it's not like money that is coming directly to you, that means like people are actually giving you money. Be mindful of that. If you're sending money for people in Haiti, be mindful of the amount that you're sending for. Don't send like huge amount. Don't send over $500 really to people. And if you have to send over $500, like split it, you know, split it and send it in different location, different names, different people, right? So let's say that you're sending money for your children. Like, don't send one money for like 500, let's say $1,000, and then you send it under one person's name. That's a big no, because it's a total target to have that person have the people. Let me tell you, the people in Haiti are so weird that I will not lie. It could just be that you're sending money for that person. When that person is receiving that money, that person who is that working at the either the teller, or if it's the Western Union, or if it's a cam transfer, they make phone call and they be like, okay, so and so is just got such and such amount of money, and then they call it, and then that person is getting robbed. So you have to be very careful. I do receive cash in Haiti, but I never exceed my amount. I don't even go to the cashing place to receive $300. Like, I always have the people that I need sending me the money, split the money to me, you know. And a lot of time what I also do, well, I can share this with you, is I'll have money in my account. I'll make a transfer to my parents' account, and I'll say, okay, that's my money, so my mom can just like give me the money when she's in the house. You understand? This is all the things that I do to avoid, you know, having people know my business, and to also avoid having people monitor the things that I do. For example, the last time that I went to Western Union to get money was in November, and we are in March. I try to limit. That's why when I receive the cash, you know, I receive whatever I receive, but then I limit, because I unfortunately only go one place. Well, I go two places, but they're not like far, and you always like don't let people know like where you're going. So what else could I say? Okay, the other thing for people who live in Haiti, right? If you live in a community where there are a lot of people, right? Because not many people live my lifestyle in Haiti. Not many people have a house like where it's like them and their family. A lot of time people in Haiti might just live with different people, different neighbors. Like, it's not really like a residential place. When you live like that, I find that you always got to be mindful, because like it's so bad. Because let's say you live in an area or in a neighborhood and you have more financially, you're more able to do a lot more in the neighborhood. A lot of times, don't be afraid. Like a lot of time people who live in these neighborhoods, they don't even flex. Like it's like the person has the capability, let's just say, to afford to buy, let's just say, like a washing machine. They will not do that because the next person doesn't have a washing machine. They will feel like a lot of time people don't even have like a fridge in their homes, and they do have the capability to have a fridge, but it's just because they don't want the next person to figure out like, oh, you know, so and so got a fridge, you know. And it's kind of like, these are the little things. Now, what is the other things for people who give money? Discretion. Anyway, discretion to me is also part of being ladylike, or it's part of being a gentleman. Like a lot, you can see and tell people's class by the way that they act. For example, if I'm tipping my barber, if I'm tipping my nail tech, I do not hand them my cash in front of people, especially if I feel like the tip might look a lot more excessive to the next person, right? Because I understand now that the Haitians are extremely envious people. So I do not like for also like my driver, you know, the people that I have a certain type of relationship with. I don't need for other people to know that, oh, you know what, I really give them good money, because that's also putting that person's life at risk, or making other people be very envious at them, right? So use a lot of discretion. Also, I was going to talk about that. So I talk about the home environment thing. For those of us who have people who like cook, clean, you know, some people have security guards in their house. These can be a little bit very dangerous. Why? Because I'm gonna be really honest with you. People who live with you, people who clean for you, these people are never really happy, because you guys know that, you know, it's not like they're getting paid a lot of money. And there's also the whole complex thing that comes with us. And there's also, depending on who you hired, a lot of time if you hire young women, young ladies, people that might just be way younger than myself, like that person, she's in your house, but she's just watching the way that your house is moving. She's just in your house and she's trying to figure out how you run your shit, right? And it could just be that when you're not here, because it's kind of like a lot of time people who can afford to have like cleaning people in their homes are people who are working adults. So a lot of times they are not home during the days, and that's where, you know, robbery happen a lot of time when people are at work. Me being at home for such a long time, it's a big protection for my parents, because the lady who's here, she can't have people come and go as she please. And yes, she's done that in the past. I remember in 2015 I used to work at the school, an American school in Port-au-Prince. And then this one time I went to work, but she thought I went to work. I actually went to a meeting at work. And when I came in, I saw her with the guy who used to be in the house in the front. That was right in the middle of my mother's dining room. So, you know, while I'm here, I do see that she has visits. Usually she tells me that they are her family members, but I had to cut it. You know, I had to be a little not discreet, but just be like, oh, you know, so and so, I see that you'd be receiving a lot of people here, trying to pretend that it was nothing for me. But I know she understand that I was like, okay, what's up, you know. So she cut the shit out. So that's the other thing too, like who you have in your house. To like, we never had any security. We don't believe in that, because sometimes sadly a lot of the cases of the kidnapping are done with either the people that you hire to go pick up your kids from school. This is one of the reasons we've always been blessed with such a great father, because my father has always dropped us to school, pick us to school. We never were part of like the bus thing in Port-au-Prince, never that. And now that my sister has her 2 children, it's always like the picking up is split between herself, her husband, and my dad. These are the only people that are allowed to go get her kids. That's the other thing. If you have children in Haiti, like, be careful. Monitor your kids' friends, right? Monitor who your kids have it as friends, because I grew up in Haiti, and I would say that politically Haiti was unstable, but as far as like it wasn't so bad where you had to be like I don't feel like my nephews really have like friends, because they I don't think they have like friends over. I grew up and my mother never allowed for us to go sleep over at people's house, but we had many people who used to come to our house and slept with us, like night sleep and all these things. Like I grew up with a lot of friends. So but unfortunately I feel like these days, because so many people are doing so many illicit activities, like you cannot be sure, and people have different tendencies, right? You got to be very vigilant. Like me and Olina, we were just talking about that in the group, in our chat group, because we were like, it's such a particular time to have babies these days. Like there's so much that you have to take into consideration if you choose to have children and you choose to raise children, in terms of that level of surveillance. For example, you know, pretty much here in the house it's only us, but we have this one young lady who lives there, and you guys, I've already expressed how I feel about her, but she's not so bad in terms of like, she doesn't have some phony friends or some weird friends like that. But still, you know, when she has people who comes over, I like to sit outside, you know, I like to come and greet them, you know, because you gotta be that eye. Unfortunately, you gotta be that person who's monitoring who's coming and who's going, you know, someone who's monitoring. Okay, so, and the last thing that I'm going to mention, let me drink a little something because I've been talking for a long time. The wine is already hot. The last thing, I don't like it hot at all. The last thing that I am actually going to talk about is for those of you, well, those of us who date in a country like Haiti. It's so dangerous. It is. I'm not gonna sit here. It is, especially if you are foreign. Even when you live down, you just cannot be sure of people. I know so many scenarios of people who've been robbed in Haiti, people who had gun pointed at them, people who were attempted to be kidnapped, and it was organized by their quote-unquote boyfriend, right? Because when you have, this is why I say to you, don't be so naive, right? And I did say to you that I went out on a date in March, and I never really told you guys how this shit ended up. This shit ended up so fast, so quick. I nipped that shit in the bud, and maybe I'll do a story time for you to tell you about that guy that appeared to be such like a perfect person, but the worst. I'm telling you, you got to be careful. We live in a very dangerous time in a country where people are like struggling and money doesn't come often. Like, I'm not a rich person, you know, but I don't, it's not like, you know, I'm gonna anything, but people are not going to understand that it's very, very important to run a background check, really, like whether it is that you, however you choose to date, you can never be sure on people. I say that if you gotta always pay attention to what that person is saying, the question that person is, because it's kind of like, I always say, like, some things may give you away. For example, you gotta be careful if you are a foreign person and you live in Haiti. It's kind of like, do not invite people in your house, do not show people where you live, especially if you live in a residential place or wherever you live, really. If you are getting to know the person, make sure that you can get to know the person either. But I always feel like you don't really get to know people over the phone. So I mean, the thing with Haiti is that you can always find people to tell you about that person. So try to find who that person is, you know, ask them the same questions, like in different ways, just so that you are sure and you are like pretty certain of like the same answers that they gave to you. You understand? It's kind of like, you know, if someone is lying to you, the person has to always like imagine like what they're saying to you in terms of like their lies, right? But if someone is not lying to you, it's a straight answer. So it doesn't matter like if you're trying to ask that person that many questions in many different ways, not like consecutively, but you know, you wait and you see that person, you ask them again a second question, and you say all this just so that you figure out really if they're like telling you the true stories. So personally, It's very dangerous because even with the women, sometimes they can set you up with women. They can have, if you love women, like they can set you up with so many women. You know, have women come to you, you know, and you're thinking that you're just out to have a good time. You're thinking that, you know, especially like, you know, during the act of after sex, sometimes women or men, they can coerce you into feeling like you feel relaxed. Well, you should feel relaxed after sex, and it's kind of like, or if you're just having a great time with that person, that's why it's kind of like, if you don't really know someone like that, just try to like not indulge in alcohol if you can. You know, if you're going out with them, just drink water or just order something else, depending on if your level of like, for the most part, I feel like my body can take on wine. It don't do shit to me, really. Red wine acts a little bit more than the white wine. White wine has absolutely no effect in my body. It's just, even the wine cooler has more effect than the white wine. White wine for me, when it's nice and chilled, is just like water. So that's something that I could just always have safely. I don't get intoxicated with that. Red wine, if I'm having a good time, it can make me feel real nice, like a 2 glass, 3 glass, I'm nice. So you just have to know your level of intake for alcohol. I think that's very, very important. So that some people, when they start to drink, their lips is really loose and people can make you talk like that. So be careful with that. Always know your downfall. Always know like your soft spot, so that when you're out, you know, if you feel like, you know what, when I drink, this is the type of drink that I like, this is the effect that alcohol have in me. Try to avoid, if you're going out on a dinner, if you're going out with people, just order something that's very low in intake for alcohol. You know, you could always drink at home if you want to get torn out, but don't be torn up out with people. I don't understand that. Don't be torn up out with people. That's like for teenagers, really. So what else can I say? And also the last thing that I would want to say is to really limit, you know, the friends that you have. If you are like, you know, for the most part, when we grew up, my parents, they entertained a lot of people growing up. My mother used to have dinners and stuff, but the times were different, and my parents have not done that in years. I'm talking about over 15-20 years. They've never really done that. And I don't believe that my sister has that type of lifestyle. Now I'm like I would have the same, like you guys can see that I don't invite people in my home too. It's just because you gotta be so like you don't want people to be coming in and out of your home. And you know, a lot of times it's like that person is gonna be like, can I use the bathroom? And I don't know how your house is set up, or the place where you stay in Haiti. Like, it's preferably like if the bathroom is somewhere where people gotta cut through, they gotta come in, they gotta like, and then that person is gonna like, there's enough space, thank God, here, that if someone is coming here, first of all, you know, I don't really receive people here, but let's just say that I were receiving and I don't really know you like that, or that's my first time receiving you. Like, there's enough space where I can, and there's enough doors where I can just have you in one spot and you don't move. There's different bathrooms here where I can have you, and once, you know, you just go to the bathroom, I'm behind you, and then that's it. Like, you don't really get to see the ins and out of my home. This is also one of the reasons when I film, I try to film in one spot in the house. I don't like to really showcase my home online. This is not like MTV Crib. No, we're just trying to find some good space to film these videos for you. I think this is it, YouTube, when it comes to what I really wanted to talk to you about. It's a pretty lengthy video. I do believe that we are probably going to be at 35 to 40 minutes. So that's really what I had to say, because I did see that the climate is not so safe over here, and I felt like, okay, well, let's just try to like send a few stuff for you guys, so that you guys know exactly what you can be on the lookout if you end up coming to Haiti. Thank you so much for watching my videos, guys. Do not forget that I run consultancy for people who are interested in doing business in the country. This sounds so odd that I have to say these things, but that's what I do. And even if it is a project that you want to run in Haiti and you are interested in, you know, running it safely, productively, do send us an email. The information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next